So, so blockchain could play the role here in two places. One is the carbon accounting, efficient carbon accounting.
Okay.
Whether are you saving carbon footprint?
It's BlockTalk Radio. BlockTalk Radio.
Once again,
All right. So let's just start. And I guess
we should start.
welcome to BlockTalk, the podcast that explores the world of blockchain technology and its endless possibilities. Today, all right, everyone, welcome. Hello.
Yeah, so actually in my calendar it was showing half an hour later, so I thought it's around 3 p.m. IST. So anyway, I'm ready, we can do it.
All right. Sorry about that, but I hope you don't have something to do now.
No, I think we can continue. I think we can do it. I have time.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll just take like say 30 to 45 minutes. We'll be done.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you for showing up. So we'll start in 1, 2. Oh, by the way, how's work? How's the family? How's everything?
Yeah, all good. So work is also lots of initiative and lots of things we are doing.
Okay.
Family is good. So I have a 3-year-old kid. So
Oh, okay.
I spend time with him.
All right. So let's just start. Welcome to BlockTalk, the podcast that explores the world of blockchain technology and its endless possibilities. Today, we are honored to have our very special guest on the show, which is Kamlesh, who is the CTO at Snapper Future Tech, Vice Chairman at Hyperledger Climate, and top 30 blockchain influencer. Hello, Kamlesh. It's good to have you. We're super excited to have you on the show today.
Yeah, so thank you, Barry, for inviting us. Nice to be here on the BlockTalk.
All right, Kamlesh is a thought leader in the world of blockchain and climate change. And today we'll be discussing the intersection of these two fascinating fields. Specifically, we'll be exploring how blockchain can be used to create a more sustainable future for all of us. So without further ado, let's dive into the conversation. How did you first become interested in the intersection of blockchain technology and climate change?
Yeah, so in blockchain, actually, I started my blockchain journey in IBM blockchain time, and around 6 years before. And I quite active in the Hyperledger community. And there is an initiative called Hyperledger Climate Action SIG. It started 3 years before, and I was the initial member. So generally, when we talk about the blockchain, like crypto and other thing, and how the crypto and Bitcoin mining is impacting the climate, all things were discussed there. But nobody giving thought like how the blockchain could be useful in terms of solving climate change solutions.
Okay.
So to taking this thing, Hyperledger Foundation is started this SIG where is going to talk about and work on the blockchain's another side of how it could save the climate or environment or other aspect. So it can give advantage to the people like who are generally talk about like crypto is bad for the environment, bad for the climate. But on other side, actually, we are showing how the people are using blockchain and trying to solve the climate change issues. So this is the intersection I first had on that time, and then from that day I was involved in the community. I even we are doing some project in our company, and that's why actually I thought it's very interesting. And now in what are the target we decided by the government to tackle the climate or work on the like COP26 or other kind of environmental targets.
Okay.
And so there's lots of talk about and initiatives, and now how the blockchain could address and useful to achieve those targets and that's climate change issues.
All right, thank you so much for that input. Can you just explain how blockchain technology can be used to support sustainable finance and green investments?
Yeah. So typically, like currently, how someone invests in any kind of green project. With green project, I mean like whether solar energy or project or renewable energy project or like deforestation or other
Mm-hmm.
kind of initiative. So generally, currently there is a whether any big company or someone invests in this kind of project, but there is no traceability or actual uh, whether actual project implemented or not. Like recently, I heard to know like there is a Vera, which is another certification body in the climate and sustainability.
Okay.
90% of the deforestation projects are fake, or when they started, nobody taking care by anyone. So so there is a fraud and wrong kind of uh, this kind of project. So
Okay.
or kind of the certificate. So using blockchain, someone can do end-to-end traceability of the project, how its execution and all other aspect, and then you could create the tokens. So I think tokenization is another good instrument. So instead of someone investing say $1 million, maybe using in a same solar project, you could create this investment amount to very minimal. Let's say $100 or $1,000. Then
Okay.
you can bring new retail investors. So there are many such initiatives happening where the sustainable finance, green finance, regenerative finance kind of thing is where people are using blockchain to create the low fractions of the investment. So instead of investing in millions, someone can invest only $100, and that blockchain technically can enable. And how one is a two piece. One is the end-to-end traceability of those projects and the how things are traceability is doing there. Another is tokenizing uh, those instrument or those projects, and you can bringing liquidity to the larger market.
So in essence, we can actually say there's a whole lot of investment opportunities in the green space via
Yeah, correct.
blockchain. All right, thank
Yeah.
you so much. And I want to know what role do you think blockchain technology can play in uh, addressing the challenges of climate change and reducing the carbon footprint?
Yeah. So uh, climate. So I think this carbon footprint is a major contribution to the climate challenges and issues, right? Uh, whether you are generating carbon in your supply chain processes or using any vehicle or your industry, but there is no proper accounting of this carbon footprint is not there, and it's there like where and gold standard, but there are all is centrally placed, and not all projects are or not all carbon footprint savings or carbon footprint not recorded in the system. So if you can't record the carbon footprint or savings effectively, then how you can claim or target your carbon emission or carbon footprint saving? So so blockchain could play the role here in two places. One is the carbon accounting, efficient carbon accounting,
Okay.
whether are you saving carbon footprint or whether you are uh, how much carbon footprint. So if you record all this information effectively, then you can use this recorded information to create some kind of tokenization system. So you can create some other non NFT tokens of this kind of green token or sustainable token, where you could create liquidity in the markets, or you can bring more investors or efficient settlement system using this token. So like currently, whether we use Vera or gold standard for your our carbon offset and then carbon credit perspective, but now you can use the technology
Okay.
and you can account all the carbon footprint and saving, and then tokenize it as a token, and then you can sell in secondary market. So currently the on marketplace like where and gold is there, but using blockchain you could create many such decentralized marketplaces where these tokens, sustainable tokens, green tokens can be available, and people can buy, invest, or redeem, or maybe, for example, currently, let's say, if any manufacturing company not able to fulfill their carbon footprint savings, so they
Yeah.
don't have any option currently. They will need to, whether need to go to Vera or Gold Standard to buy the carbon credit from there. But if there's a decentralized marketplace or blockchain kind of system there, then they can directly go to this kind of system and can buy the carbon credits.
Amazing. Thank you so much. From all you've said, so I would say, how do you see the adoption of blockchain technology influencing the future of finance, investment, and particularly in the context of sustainability?
So I think in sustainability, there are many projects. Even there are 400 plus projects already running. Whether they are using the blockchain for carbon accounting perspective, or sustainable supply chain, or ethical mining,
Mm,
or deforestation, for example.
okay.
Uh, and then using this information to create some kind of sustainable finance. So one thing is recording the information, another is creating some kind of a business model around it. So like ClimateDAO, like flow carbon, uh, I think many such projects which are uh, using blockchain and creating the sustainable finance kind of initiative. And
Mm,
there are millions ton of carbon credit are generated and offset in the such kind of projects. So I think there are many such initiatives like Hyperledger Climate
yeah.
Action Accounting is one, the Open Earth Foundation, Energy Wave Foundation, and many such projects and initiative globally where people are using blockchain from renewable energy certificate to the sustainable supply chain to the creating the carbon NFTs out of the project. So this kind of projects initiatives are there in the marketplace.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much for the input. And if you're just joining us, this is Block Talk, and today I have a special guest in the house, and we have been discussing about sustainability, and the blockchain and how it intersects with um, climate change. So our next question goes this way. I would say in your own okay, let me put it this way. Um, can you discuss like some of the most innovative and I would say impactful projects that have been seen using blockchain technology to support our sustainability and green finance?
So I think I especially appreciate the ClimateDAO kind of project.
Okay.
So they are doing great in terms of, because they have created some kind of API based system, and anybody can use this kind of API. And there are number of solutions are built around this climate. Like ClimateDAO is one. There is a there is a CO2, and then there are many other such kind of projects which are using the uh, uh, this kind of project. And another is a there are Polygon blockchain. So Polygon blockchain supports the green financing or green economy. So even Polygon blockchain itself is a carbon negative, and
Okay.
they invested more than 100 plus such kind of project where companies startup are building such kind of initiative. And another I think is Power Ledger. So there's a one company in Australia. They use blockchain for the renewable energy certificate or renewable energy trading, and then there is a and there are some other initiatives in the circular economy which I didn't talk about, like end-to-end traceability of the waste management. So whether you do the recycling of EV batteries or with the plastic
Okay.
or e-waste kind of thing, and using blockchain to do the end-to-end traceability, and then create some kind of sustainable finance or kind of So like there is Circular is company in US. There is a company Circularize. Even we work with some customers in India where we did the uh, plastic recycle traceability and then tokenize those plastic credit and then so that the investor could buy this plastic credit and can offset their uh, EPR, which is Extended Producer Responsibility Certificate, required by all the manufacturers who
Okay.
are producing the plastic. So I think this couple of things are, I think, happening good in the market where people are using blockchain not just tokenized, but I think many other aspects, whether it's sustainable supply chain, the waste management, traceability, and like circular, like my company, like Circularize, and there's a Mine Hub, for example, a
Okay.
company Hyperledger technologies for end-to-end traceability of mining process, and even whether the miners paid ethically or not, or they follow the ethical mining processes. So all this recorded, and
Yeah.
not just the sustainability, but also the ESG perspective, like how much your organization is ESG compliant, kind of thing.
We appreciate your input on this. Thank you so much. Uh, in your own opinion, from all you've said, right? What do you think are the key benefits and challenges of using blockchain technology for sustainable finance and green investments? What are like the
So I
key
think,
challenges?
yeah, correct. So I think benefits are very clear because there's a trust and traceability, transparency in the your circular economy or your sustainability projects.
Yeah.
But most challenges in terms of the adoption, which I see, that is the because in the blockchain you need a stakeholder a consortium kind of thing. Until you don't involve all the people uh, in any business processes, it's very hard to incentivize or create the project. So, for example, let's say take example of the this plastic or any kind of recycle traceability kind of thing. There are hundreds of different recyclers and manufacturers are there. Bringing all this on a one common platform is challenging.
Okay.
So this is a bigger challenge. Another challenge is maybe it could be around education and awareness because
Okay.
currently when we talk about blockchain, mostly people relate it with cryptocurrency and is the environment not environment friendly. So they never goes beyond the blockchain is a crypto.